Our journey tonight brings us back to a place cloaked in wind, waves, and whispers, Rock Island, Wisconsin. Isolated in Lake Michigan and only reachable by two ferries, this state park hides more than just hiking trails and rustic campsites. It hides a history, one layered in silence, fire, and fear. The earliest known inhabitants of Rock Island were the Potawatomi Native Americans. According to oral tradition, they considered parts of the island sacred and others forbidden. They eventually left and European settlers moved in, but not long after, a new group arrived. A strange sect of white settlers, unregistered, unnamed, and unwelcomed. They spoke little, kept to themselves. But then animals began turning up dead, not just killed, but mutilated, slaughtered, their blood painted across doors and trees. Then came the fires. A meat house went up in flames, a barn followed, and then just like that, the strange settlers vanished. No graves, no records, no one knows who they were or where they went, but the island's curse didn't end there. The Potawatomi Lighthouse, now restored and open for tour, has its own legacy of darkness. Its first keeper, David E. Corbin, watched as the very structure rotted around him. Plaster peeled from walls, thick black liquid seeped from cracks, and his letters grew increasingly erratic. He was found dead inside in 1852, alone, surrounded by open oil cans and strange symbols carved into the floorboards. Other keepers complained of constant knocking and voices from the tower walls. After 1858, lighthouse rules changed. No keeper was ever posted alone again. In 1910, the island changed hands. Chester Fordeson, a wealthy inventor and recluse, bought most of it. He constructed a massive stone hall, a mysterious water tower, and was known to study rare, ancient texts. Local rumor claims he imported materials not just from Europe, but from Egypt. Some say he was seeking power. Others say he was trying to keep something at bay. He died in his hall in 1945, alone, his body found hunched in a circle of salt. But that's all history. What follows now is mine. In August of 2021, I spent 3 nights camping on Rock Island. I came for solitude. I left with something I still can't explain. On the first night, as I set up camp near the southern beach, I heard a sharp, high-pitched squeal echo through the forest. It wasn't human. It wasn't animal. It sounded wrong. At first I thought maybe a deer or raccoon, but just after sunset I saw someone sprinting across the trail. I turned my headlamp, but there was nothing. Then that same squeal, closer, louder. That night brought a storm. Thunder cracked overhead and winds howled through the trees. I was zipped tight in my tent when I heard footsteps circling outside. Then the squeal again, directly beside me. Something pressed against the nylon wall, just inches from my head, and then silence. In the morning, I found my picnic table flipped over and drag marks like claw marks on the nearby tree trunk. The second day, I hiked deeper into the forest toward the old cemetery. That's when I heard them, low, guttural voices speaking a language I couldn't recognize. I hid behind a boulder and listened. One voice let out a sharp, deep whoop, and the others answered in unison. That night I couldn't sleep. Something about the island felt angry. Around 3 a.m., I shot upright in my sleeping bag. I wasn't dreaming. I wasn't half asleep, I was fully awake, and what I felt wasn't fear, it was hate, pure, directed hatred, like something knew me and wanted me gone. The air smelled like rotting meat, and then nothing. I passed out. When I woke, I was outside my sleeping bag, lying face down in the dirt, my tent still zipped, no idea how I got out. I packed up and made my way to the dock, hoping to catch the earliest ferry. That's when I met him, a man, maybe mid-60s, leaning on a cane. Said he'd camped here every summer for decades. When I told him what I heard, he didn't flinch. He simply asked, "Did it scream at you?" I nodded. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, "A demon lives on this island." When I asked what it was, he paused, then muttered, "Keepers of the flame." Before I could say anything else, he added, "Don't come back here." I went home and started researching. Keepers of the Flame could mean anything: Potawatomi firekeepers, lighthouse staff, or something darker. In the 1890s, there were rumors of a cult retreating to remote islands across Lake Michigan. Some worshipped fire, others worse. To this day, I don't know what I encountered, but I do know this: don't go to Rock Island. No matter how beautiful it looks, something there doesn't want to be seen.